Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins Hub. In today's video, we're going to explore something really interesting and exciting. Stay with us and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started. The 1976 Eisenhower $1 coin is a unique and compelling piece of U.S. coinage, one that tells a story not just about American history but about the ever-evolving relationship between the U.S. Mint and its public. While the coin is perhaps not as well known as some other coins in the American numismatic world, it carries a deep historical context and a fascinating legacy. From its design to the minting process and its eventual collector appeal, the 1976 Eisenhower Dollar is a coin with many layers, each telling a part of the story of its creation, its place in history, and the surprising value it holds today. In fact, some examples of this coin have reached a staggering value of $172,000. But what makes this coin so valuable, and how did it come to have such a significant place in the world of American currency? To understand the importance of the 1976 Eisenhower Dollar, it's crucial to first consider the historical context in which it was minted. The U.S. Mint was under significant pressure during the 1970s to produce a new dollar coin. The country was experiencing significant changes, economically, politically, and socially. The 1970s were a time of unrest and transformation, with the Vietnam War winding down, the Watergate scandal shaking public trust in the government, and the country grappling with inflation. In the face of these tumultuous times, the U.S. government decided to introduce a new coin to commemorate the nation's bicentennial. The Eisenhower Dollar, which would be produced for the first time in 1971, was selected to serve as a symbol of American strength, independence, and unity during this critical period. The coin's design would play a significant role in its connection to American history. President Dwight D. Eisenhower, who served as the 34th President of the United States from 1953 to 1961, was chosen as the figure to grace the obverse side of the new dollar coin. Eisenhower, a World War II hero and a former five-star general, was highly respected for his leadership and his role in shaping the post-war world. He was also known for his efforts to modernize the U.S. economy and improve international relations during his presidency. The decision to feature Eisenhower on the coin was a fitting tribute to his lasting legacy, and it would make the coin instantly recognizable to generations of Americans. The 1976 edition of the Eisenhower Dollar, however, was a special issue. In honor of the nation's 200th anniversary, the U.S. Mint released a bicentennial version of the coin, which featured a modified design. Instead of the standard Eisenhower portrait on the obverse, this version of the coin depicted a rendering of the Liberty Bell superimposed over the moon. The Liberty Bell, a symbol of American independence, and the moon, which had been the site of the Apollo 11 landing in 1969, were both chosen as elements to represent the nation's rich history and the strides it had made in space exploration. The coin's reverse side retained the traditional design, which featured President Eisenhower's portrait, with his name inscribed below. The release of the 1976 Bicentennial Eisenhower Dollar coin was a landmark moment in American coinage. The U.S. Mint had not produced a dollar coin in circulation since the Peace Dollar series, which ended in 1935, and the Eisenhower Dollar would become the first dollar coin in over 40 years. Because of the timing, during the nation's bicentennial celebrations, the 1976 Eisenhower Dollar became a symbol of pride and patriotism, and it was seen as a way to commemorate both the country's past and its hopeful future. As the U.S. Mint began production of the coin, it became clear that the 1976 Eisenhower Dollar would be a significant part of the country's coinage history. The coin was minted in both copper-nickel clad and 40% silver versions. The silver version of the coin was reserved for collectors, while the copper-nickel clad version was intended for circulation. This distinction created a marked difference between the two types of coins, which would become important for collectors and investors in the years to come. Although the copper-nickel clad versions were produced in the millions, the 40% silver versions, being produced in smaller quantities, were far rarer and would eventually become the more valuable of the two. As for the design, the Liberty Bell and moon motif, although iconic, did not replace the iconic Eisenhower portrait on the obverse of the coin. Instead, this design was only featured on the reverse of the 1976 Eisenhower Dollar. The obverse still featured Eisenhower's image, accompanied by the word "Liberty" and the year of minting, 1976, as well as the motto, "In God We Trust." The reverse side of the coin, however, was the most noticeable change from the regular Eisenhower design, with the bold image of the Liberty Bell on the moon making this version of the coin stand out among other American currency at the time when the coin was released. It was well received by the public, partly because of its large size. It was the same diameter as the previous silver dollars, and its bold, patriotic design. The new coin was meant to commemorate not only the bicentennial of the United States but also the extraordinary accomplishments of the country during its first 200 years, from the signing of the Declaration of Independence to the historic landing of American astronauts on the moon. The U.S. Mint struck millions of 1976 Eisenhower dollars, and they quickly became a popular item among collectors. However, despite their widespread production, the value of the coin would remain relatively modest in the years following its release. The true value of the 1976 Eisenhower dollar would emerge later, driven largely by the existence of certain rare minting errors and the coin's potential appeal to collectors looking to acquire limited edition pieces from the U.S. Mint's bicentennial celebration. In particular, certain versions of the coin, those minted with special errors or produced in higher quality finishes, have become highly sought after. For example, the 40% silver versions of the coin, which were released as part of special proof and uncirculated sets, have commanded higher prices over the years due to their limited supply and their appeal to collectors. These silver coins, with their gleaming, high-quality surfaces, have become prized examples of modern U.S. coinage, but it's not just the silver versions that have drawn attention from collectors. The 1976 Eisenhower dollar coin, regardless of composition, has attracted interest for its historical significance, its bold design, and the role it plays in the context of the country's bicentennial celebrations. As a result, the coin has steadily gained in value, especially those with minting errors such as double strikes or improperly struck dies, which make them highly collectible. Collectors are always on the lookout for such rare and unusual examples, and coins with such errors can command impressive prices on the open market. In fact, some of the most prized 1976 Eisenhower dollars, particularly those with minting errors or those in excellent condition, have been sold for as much as $172,000. This price is a reflection of both the rarity of the coin and the growing demand for bicentennial-related memorabilia. As interest in numismatics continues to increase, the value of certain coins, especially those connected to important historical events like the American Bicentennial, will continue to rise. As a piece of American coinage, the 1976 Eisenhower dollar coin represents more than just its face value. It symbolizes the nation's resilience, its pride, and its willingness to commemorate the past while looking to the future. Through its design, composition, and even its errors, the coin captures the spirit of a pivotal moment in U.S. history. And for collectors, the 1976 Eisenhower dollar is a reminder of the unique and unexpected ways in which a coin can transform into a valuable and highly sought-after piece of history. For those interested in the world of coin collecting, the 1976 Eisenhower dollar offers a fascinating and potentially lucrative opportunity. Whether you're drawn to the coin's historical context, its unique design, or the thrill of discovering rare errors, this coin has proven to be a valuable addition to any collection. So, the next time you come across a 1976 Eisenhower dollar, remember, it's not just a coin. It's a piece of American history, and it could very well be worth a lot more than you might have ever imagined. The 1974 United States $1 coin is a fascinating artifact from a time of change and transition in American history. While it might seem like just another coin in the vast sea of American currency, the $1,974 coin holds a significant place in the story of U.S. coinage. Like many other coins, it has a rich history, a detailed design, and a unique story to tell about the cultural and economic forces that shaped its creation. Despite the fact that the 1974 $1 coin might not be as well known as other iconic coins, such as the Eisenhower Dollar or the Morgan Dollar, it has a place in the annals of American numismatics. There are certain rare versions of the coin today that are worth a stunning $160,000, proving that even seemingly commonplace coins can become valuable treasures over time. To understand the significance of the $1,974 coin, it's essential to first examine the historical context in which it was minted. The early 1970s were a period of notable change in the United States. The country had just come through the turbulence of the 1960s, a decade that was marked by social upheaval, civil rights movements, and intense political and cultural debates. By the mid-1970s, the U.S. was dealing with the fallout from the Vietnam War, an oil crisis, and a fluctuating economy. These changes played a significant role in shaping both the design of American currency and the decision to release new forms of coinage during this period. The 1974 $1 coin was part of an effort by the U.S. government to address the changing demands of the economy. The dollar coin had been in circulation for much of American history, but by the 1970s, paper currency was dominating transactions. The U.S. Mint began to consider how they might reintroduce a dollar coin into circulation, particularly given that the nation was facing inflation and the rising cost of paper money production. The introduction of the $1,974 coin was seen as a way to reduce the demand for paper currency and create a more durable, long-lasting alternative. This wasn't the first time the U.S. had tried to produce a dollar coin, but the 1974 version would become one of the more significant releases in American numismatic history. The design of the $1,974 coin was a reflection of both the historical reverence for American values and the desire to create a coin that could represent the era. The obverse of the 1974 coin features the face of Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States. Eisenhower was chosen for the honor of being depicted on the coin because of his role as a revered military leader and his presidency during a period of post-war prosperity. Eisenhower's face was designed by artist Frank Gasparo, who had also worked on the design for the Lincoln Memorial on the penny and other coins in circulation. Eisenhower's portrait on the $1,974 coin is classic in its design, evoking the dignity and strength associated with the figure of the 34th president. Surrounding his face are the words, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust," along with the year of minting, 1974, and the phrase, "Presidential Dollar." This design, showing Eisenhower in profile, harkens back to other presidential coins in the history of U.S. currency, a tradition that continues to this day. However, what sets the $1,974 coin apart is the reverse design, which features the image of an eagle in flight with a large olive branch in its talons. This eagle, perched above the earth, is meant to symbolize the strength of the United States, its far-reaching influence, and its pursuit of peace. The reverse side of the coin is a powerful representation of the country's identity at the time. The $1,974 coin, much like other U.S. currency, was minted in two primary types, the regular copper-nickel version and the 40% silver version. The copper-nickel coins were produced for circulation, while the silver coins were issued as part of proof and uncirculated sets for collectors. In terms of sheer quantity, the copper-nickel coins vastly outnumbered the silver versions, which were produced in much smaller quantities. The silver coins were more expensive to mint, but they held significant value for numismatists and investors. The decision to mint both types of coins was a strategic one, meant to appeal to both the everyday consumer and the collector market. Production of the $1,974 coin occurred across multiple U.S. mint facilities, including those in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The coin was produced in large quantities, with the goal of reintroducing the dollar coin into everyday circulation. However, the U.S. Mint faced an interesting challenge with the 1974 coin. While it was issued in large numbers, the public didn't immediately embrace the coin. The size and weight of the coin made it less practical for daily use compared to paper bills, and many people continued to prefer the convenience of smaller denominations. Despite this, the 1974 Eisenhower dollar found its place in coin collecting circles, where its historical significance, unique design, and potential for rarity quickly made it an item of interest. As the years passed, the $1,974 coin began to take on greater significance for collectors. For a coin that was produced in such large quantities, the fact that some examples could be found in pristine, uncirculated condition made them valuable to those interested in high-quality specimens. Like many other coins, the value of the $1,974 coin was affected by its condition, with uncirculated versions and those with fewer signs of wear being considered more desirable by collectors. However, what truly elevated the coin's value in the eyes of numismatists were the rare minting errors that occurred during its production. One of the key factors that helped the $1,974 coin rise in value over time was the existence of specific minting errors. These errors could include issues such as double strikes, misaligned dies, or off-center strikes, flaws that result from mistakes made during the minting process. These errors are prized by collectors because they make the coins unique and highly collectible. For the $1,974 coin, these error coins are particularly valuable because they are so rare. The presence of these errors, particularly in combination with the coin's historical context and its status as part of the early 1970s dollar coin series, contributed to its growing popularity in the numismatic world. Some of the most coveted 1974 Eisenhower dollar coins are those that feature significant minting errors, such as double strikes or other visible flaws that occurred during production. These coins can be worth much more than their face value of $1. In fact, certain examples of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar, especially those with particularly rare errors or in exceptional condition, have been known to fetch prices as high as $160,000 in auctions. This is an extraordinary amount for a coin that was initially intended to circulate as currency, and it underscores the immense appeal of rare and error-prone coins in the numismatic market. The growing value of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar is a reflection of several factors. As interest in coin collecting continues to grow, the demand for rare, unique coins like the $1,974 has also increased. Collectors and investors are constantly on the lookout for coins with historical significance, artistic appeal, and the potential for rarity, qualities that the 1974 Eisenhower dollar possesses in abundance. The $1,974 coin's connection to the nation's history, its portrayal of President Eisenhower, and its role as part of the effort to reinstate the dollar coin in U.S. currency have all helped to cement its place in the world of American coinage. In addition to the coin's design and errors, the broader appeal of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar also lies in its ability to represent a key moment in U.S. history. The coin was minted at a time when the U.S. was transitioning into a new phase of its economic and political history. The image of Eisenhower on the obverse side of the coin connects it to the post-World War II era, while the eagle and olive branch on the reverse symbolize America's strength and pursuit of peace. This combination of symbolism, history, and artistry has ensured that the 1974 Eisenhower dollar will remain a prized item for collectors and a valuable piece of American numismatic heritage. So, if you come across a 1974 Eisenhower dollar in your pocket change or at a coin shop, don't dismiss it as just another dollar coin. Take a moment to consider its history, its design, and its potential rarity. You might just be holding onto a coin worth far more than you ever expected. Whether it's due to the coin's errors, its exceptional condition, or simply the historical context in which it was minted, the 1974 Eisenhower dollar has earned its place as one of the most valuable coins in the world. And, for those who are lucky enough to own one, it serves as a reminder of the fascinating and often surprising world of coin collecting. The 1977 US $1 coin is a unique and intriguing piece of American numismatic history. Although it is not one of the most famous coins in U.S. history, its design, minting details, and rare versions have made it a highly sought-after item for collectors. The story of the $1,977 coin begins not with the coin itself, but with the broader historical and cultural context of the 1970s, a decade of significant political, social, and economic change in the United States. It was a period marked by the aftermath of the Vietnam War, the rise of the environmental movement, the Watergate scandal, and the continued development of the space program. Amid this transformation, the U.S. Mint sought to issue a new form of currency that could symbolize both the nation's strength and its ongoing evolution. The $1,977 coin is often overshadowed by other coins, such as the Eisenhower Dollar or the Susan B. Anthony Dollar, but its significance cannot be underestimated. It was part of an effort to modernize U.S. coinage during a time when the country was exploring new ways to handle inflation and reduce production costs. The dollar coin had long been a part of U.S. currency, but the nation's economic landscape was changing rapidly. The U.S. Mint needed to create a coin that would be durable, practical, and visually appealing to a public that had become accustomed to paper bills and smaller coins. The coin itself was produced as part of a broader initiative by the U.S. Mint to reintroduce the dollar coin into circulation. The 1977 coin was minted in a standard copper-nickel clad composition, though there were also special proof sets available that featured coins in a higher quality, often with a 40% silver content. The dollar coin's size and weight made it somewhat impractical for regular circulation, which was one of the reasons why the $1,977 coin did not enjoy widespread use. Nevertheless, the coin's significance lies not just in its circulation, but also in its place within the broader context of American coinage. The design of the 1977 $1 coin is both simple and powerful, featuring two iconic elements of American history: President Dwight D. Eisenhower and the Apollo 11 moon landing. The obverse side of the coin features a portrait of Eisenhower, who served as the 34th President of the United States and was a key figure in the post-World War II era. Eisenhower's face on the coin was designed by the artist Frank Gasparo, who also created the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side of the penny. The portrait of Eisenhower is dignified, capturing his image as both a military leader and a statesman, an embodiment of American strength and determination during the mid-20th century. The reverse side of the coin is even more significant in terms of its symbolic meaning. It depicts an eagle in flight, holding an olive branch in its talons, with the earth visible in the background. This powerful imagery is meant to symbolize the United States' commitment to peace, freedom, and the pursuit of global influence. The design is a reminder of the country's aspirations in the 20th century, particularly in the context of the Cold War and the space race. The design evokes the idea of the U.S. as both a military and diplomatic power, capable of reaching beyond Earth's boundaries to explore the stars. The $1,977 coin is often remembered for its connection to the Apollo 11 mission, which had made history just a few years earlier by landing the first humans on the moon in 1969. While the coin was not issued specifically to commemorate the moon landing, the eagle and Earth design on the reverse is unmistakably linked to the achievements of American astronauts in space. The coin's design also pays homage to the nation's technological prowess, which had been on full display during the space race. By featuring the eagle, the olive branch, and the Earth, the coin's designers were highlighting both the strength of the U.S. military and its vision for a peaceful future, exploring new frontiers while also striving for global unity. Despite its powerful symbolism, the $1,977 coin did not achieve the level of popularity that many had hoped for. One of the main reasons for this was the public's preference for paper money. The dollar coin was seen as bulky and inconvenient by many Americans, who found it easier to carry paper bills in their wallets or pockets. Moreover, by the time the $1,977 coin was released, many people had become accustomed to using smaller coins, and the coin size and weight made it impractical for daily use. The 1977 $1 coin was minted in large numbers, but it did not experience the same kind of widespread circulation that coins like the penny or the quarter enjoyed. Instead, the coin was largely issued to collectors, who appreciated its design and its connection to American history. Many of the coins produced in 1977 were not released into general circulation, but were instead packaged in special proof sets or sold directly to collectors. The special proof sets, which featured coins that were struck with greater precision and care, were a popular item for those looking to add high-quality examples to their collections. Over time, the $1,977 coin became a sought-after collector's item, and its value began to increase. The coin was produced in large numbers, but its relative rarity, combined with the significance of its design and its connection to U.S. history, made it an appealing choice for numismatists and investors alike. As with many other coins, the value of the $1,977 coin is affected by factors such as its condition, its rarity, and its historical importance. For example, coins that are in excellent condition, with minimal wear and tear, are much more valuable than those that show signs of heavy use. Additionally, the presence of any minting errors or unique features can drive up a coin's value considerably. Over the years, the demand for high-quality, error-free examples of the 1977 $1 coin has steadily increased. Coins that were produced with special minting techniques, such as proof or uncirculated versions, have proven to be particularly valuable to collectors. These coins are often in pristine condition, and they command higher prices due to their rarity and the care with which they were produced. Proof coins, which are struck with specially polished dies and have a mirror-like finish, are particularly sought after by collectors for their high quality and their aesthetic appeal. The market for rare and valuable coins has always been dynamic, with collectors constantly seeking out coins that are not only aesthetically pleasing but also carry significant historical weight. The $1,977 coin has become an important part of this market, particularly due to its connection to the Apollo program, the space race, and American leadership on the global stage. As interest in space exploration continues to grow, and as more people seek to own pieces of history from this extraordinary period, the value of the $1,977 coin has steadily increased. While most examples of the $1,977 coin are worth only a few dollars over their face value, there are specific versions of the coin that are worth far more. Certain mint errors, such as double strikes or misaligned dies, have caused some $1,977 coins to become highly valuable. These coins, with their unique imperfections, are highly sought after by collectors who are willing to pay a premium for them. As a result, some examples of the $1,977 coin have sold for as much as $148,000 at auctions. The value of the 1977 $1 coin is not only a reflection of its rarity and historical significance, but also of the broader numismatic market's increasing demand for rare and valuable coins. Collectors and investors alike are constantly looking for coins that hold both historical and aesthetic appeal, and the $1,977 coin checks both of these boxes. Whether due to its design, its connection to the Apollo program, or its rarity, the $1,977 coin is a coin that has captured the imagination of many, and its value will likely continue to increase as the years go by. For collectors and investors, the $1,977 coin is a fascinating piece of history, one that represents both the strength of the United States and its vision for the future. With its bold design, its connection to the Apollo program, and its potential for rarity, the coin remains a highly sought-after item in the world of numismatics. If you happen to come across a 1977 $1 coin, whether in your pocket change or as part of a collection, it's worth taking a closer look. It might just be a coin that holds much more value than you ever expected. The 1978 United States $1 coin stands as a significant chapter in the ever-evolving history of U.S. currency. While it may not have achieved the same widespread recognition as some other coins, the $1,978 has a fascinating story that intertwines with America's cultural, political, and economic history of the time. The U.S. Mint's decision to issue the $1,978 coin was part of a broader effort to modernize and reintroduce the dollar coin to the American public. As we explore the intricacies of this coin, we'll uncover how it was designed, minted, and its eventual rise in value, culminating in the revelation that this seemingly modest coin can be worth a staggering $135,000 today. To understand the significance of the $1,978 coin, we must first look at the broader historical context. The 1970s were a transformative decade for the United States. The nation had just come out of the tumult of the 1960s, marked by political unrest, the Civil Rights Movement, and the Vietnam War. The 1970s were a time of recovery and change, as the U.S. grappled with the aftermath of the war and began to forge a new path forward. In 1971, President Richard Nixon took the dramatic step of abandoning the gold standard, which had defined the U.S. monetary system for much of the 20th century. This shift had far-reaching implications for the way money was minted and circulated in the country. In the midst of these significant economic shifts, the U.S. Mint was tasked with creating a new form of currency that could meet the demands of the changing times. The dollar coin, long an important part of American currency, had fallen out of favor with the public. Paper money had become more convenient, and smaller coins like the quarter and the half-dollar had largely replaced the dollar coin in everyday transactions. The mint wanted to reinstate the dollar coin, but it needed to find a way to make it appealing to the public once more. The $1,978 coin was the result of this effort. However, the coin faced some challenges from the outset. Unlike earlier dollar coins, the 1978 version featured a design that would become iconic in its own right. Yet, despite its artistic appeal and historical significance, the coin did not achieve the level of circulation that the mint had hoped for. The public continued to favor paper bills over coins, and the size of the dollar coin, along with its relatively heavy weight, made it less convenient for daily use. Nevertheless, the $1,978 coin found its niche within the world of coin collecting, where its unique characteristics and historical context made it an item of significant interest. One of the key aspects of the $1,978 coin is its design, which was created by the renowned artist Frank Gasparro. Gasparro had already gained recognition for his designs on several other U.S. coins, most notably the reverse of the Lincoln Memorial penny. For the $1,978 coin, Gasparro once again drew inspiration from American history, specifically the nation's role in the world during the 20th century. The obverse of the $1,978 coin features the portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States, who had served from 1953 to 1961. Eisenhower was chosen for the honor of being depicted on the coin because of his leadership during both World War II and the early years of the Cold War. Eisenhower was viewed as a symbol of strength, military prowess, and national unity, making him an ideal candidate for a coin that would represent the United States in the 1970s. The portrait of Eisenhower on the obverse side of the coin is a classic example of Gasparro's attention to detail. The profile of the president is rendered with a sense of dignity and gravitas, capturing the essence of Eisenhower as both a military leader and a statesman. Surrounding the portrait are the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year of minting, 1978. The phrase, "presidential dollar," also appears on the obverse, identifying the coin's subject and emphasizing its symbolic significance. On the reverse side of the $1,978 coin, we see an image of an eagle in flight, carrying an olive branch in its talons. The eagle, a symbol of strength and freedom, is positioned above the earth, with a bold and dynamic design that emphasizes the United States' commitment to peace and its reach as a global superpower. The olive branch held by the eagle represents the nation's desire for peace, while the earth below the eagle highlights America's growing presence on the world stage during the 1970s, a period marked by both Cold War tensions and the optimism of space exploration. The eagle and earth design echoes the earlier Apollo missions and the achievements of American astronauts in their pursuit of exploring the unknown. The $1,978 coin was minted in a copper-nickel-clad composition, material chosen for its durability and cost-effectiveness. This alloy, which was used for many U.S. coins in the late 20th century, gave the coin its distinctive appearance and ensured that it could withstand years of wear and tear in circulation. The coin's size and weight, however, made it less practical for everyday transactions. While the U.S. Mint produced the coin in large quantities, the $1,978 did not achieve widespread circulation. The larger half-dollar coin, which had similar proportions, was also being used less frequently, further limiting the appeal of the $1 coin. Despite its limited circulation, the $1,978 coin found a place in the world of coin collecting. Numismatists, or coin collectors, quickly recognized the coin's historical significance, as well as its connection to the presidency of Dwight D. Eisenhower. Additionally, the coin's elegant design, which featured the soaring eagle and the earth, made it an appealing item for those interested in coins with artistic value. Collectors sought out the $1,978 coin for its connection to Eisenhower's legacy and its representation of American ideals. The $1,978 coin was produced in several different variations. The most common version was the regular copper-nickel-clad coin, which was minted for circulation. In addition to these coins, the U.S. Mint also produced proof sets, which included specially struck coins with a higher level of detail and a polished finish. These proof coins were primarily intended for collectors and were not meant to circulate in everyday transactions. The availability of proof sets made the $1,978 coin an even more attractive item for those interested in high-quality examples of U.S. currency. In addition to the regular and proof versions of the $1,978 coin, there were also special editions produced by the U.S. Mint to commemorate specific events or milestones. These special edition coins were often sold in limited quantities and carried a premium for their rarity and historical value. For example, some $1,978 coins were issued as part of sets that celebrated the Bicentennial of the United States, while others were part of collections that focused on U.S. military history or space exploration. As the years went by, the value of the $1,978 coin began to appreciate. Coins that were struck with higher precision, such as the proof versions, became increasingly valuable to collectors. The historical significance of the coin, combined with the limited number of high-quality examples available, contributed to its growing demand. The market for rare and collectible coins, particularly those with unique designs or historical connections, continued to expand in the 1980s and 1990s, further driving up the value of the $1,978 coin. While the $1,978 coin may not have achieved the same level of widespread popularity as other coins in U.S. history, it remains an important piece of American numismatic heritage. The coin's connection to President Eisenhower, its role in the broader context of U.S. monetary history, and its striking design all contribute to its lasting appeal. Today, collectors and investors alike continue to seek out rare examples of the $1,978 coin, especially those in excellent condition or with unique minting errors. Some of the most valuable $1,978 coins are those with minting errors, such as double strikes or misaligned dies. These coins, which are the result of imperfections in the minting process, are highly sought after by collectors because of their rarity. In addition to mint errors, coins in exceptional condition, those that have been well preserved and show minimal signs of wear, also command higher prices. Certain examples of the $1,978 coin, particularly those with rare errors or in pristine condition, have been known to fetch prices as high as $135,000 at auction. The rising value of the $1,978 coin reflects the increasing interest in rare and historical coins, as well as the broader trend of collectors seeking out pieces with intrinsic value. Whether it's due to its design, its historical significance, or the rarity of certain versions, the $1,978 coin has proven to be an important item in the world of coin collecting. In conclusion, the 1978 US $1 coin is much more than just a piece of currency, it's a reflection of the times in which it was minted. The coin's design, which features a powerful image of President Eisenhower on the obverse and an eagle soaring above Earth on the reverse, encapsulates the ideals of strength, peace, and global ambition. Despite its initial lack of popularity, the $1,978 coin has become a prized collectible in the world of numismatics, with certain versions reaching values of $135,000 or more. If you happen to come across one of these coins, it might just be worth more than you think.